All right. All right.
Are we there?
Are we there? Are we there yet?
Seems right.
Seems about right. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We have matters to discuss. Matters to discuss.
Yes, they can hear us.
They can hear us. Hello. Did you like that? Was that to your tastes? Did you enjoy that?
So now you know what it's about.
So now you know what the stream will be about. This is for all of those of you who may have missed what the announcement was there. We are going to be doing a world reset. We are going to be going to world 11111111111
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point 11. We're going to go to world 11. So and we're going to do so on the 1st of February 2019 in approximately 2 weeks. And we're going to upload the
Isn't it exactly 2 weeks in fact?
18, it's the 18th today, so 2 weeks.
So plus 14 is 32, so the first and the next month indeed.
Awesome, exactly 2 weeks then. Perfect timing. And I do believe that the 1st of February is a Friday as well.
Yes, that would be what the day of the week in exactly 2 weeks.
That's what the arithmetic would work out to. So I think that's going to be a pretty good day. Because you'll have the whole weekend there to nerd away with the new world that we're gonna drop on y'all. So we'll be talking about that tonight, and we're also gonna show you my real base. Talk louder. Talk louder. Can you hear us? Okay. Maybe we could adjust the.
Can we adjust the volume?
We probably can, but that means flipping up OBS.
It might also be that just that particular guy has his.
Yeah, maybe you should turn your volume up, sir. I hope we're doing okay. If we don't, please inform us. Yeah, we're gonna post I haven't uploaded the trailer to YouTube yet, so we're gonna do that as soon as we're done with the stream. I'm gonna upload this stream and
make the announcement post.
And make the announcement post on the forum as well. So everything is gonna come in order. So this has been a long time coming. We've been on World 10 for pretty much 2 years now.
Yeah.
So this is the longest running world that we've actively developed. I think it's fair to say.
That is certainly fair to say. I mean, the exception would be the one that was running during Salem, I guess.
Yeah, but keyword being
developed, yes.
Being actively developed. So, and we obviously, during those 2 years, we've had a lot of buildup of
various things that can't really be implemented until the reset.
Exactly. I was going to say we've had a buildup of content, so a buildup of content over like 2 years, and a lot of that content has never been experienced from the get-go of a world start and a fresh world and all of that. Nonsense. So that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I hope.
Were credos a thing of this world?
Yeah, credos are from this world. Okay. Dungeons are from this world. Credos, like everything is from this world. Wall Rye are from this world, I think.
Yeah, perhaps that's actually the case.
So like
was
realms
are
are
dungeons
not
just a year old?
They are, yeah.
They are, yeah.
Realms are not from this world. We had realms last world as well, but credos are credos are from this world.
Indeed.
Yes, they are. So there's a lot of stuff, and my name Biggie says, what about some drastically needed balancing? Well, that too.
Yeah, that too. Indeed.
That too. So
I mean, arguably, in my mind, the most important reason for this reset is the food rebalancing.
Yeah, that's the most pressing thing, and we don't have any holds barred on our thoughts there, so we're gonna talk through that a fair bit tonight.
Yep.
I'm gonna go through what we're thinking and blah blah blah. So yeah, this has been a 2-year world. We contemplated, to be totally honest, doing a world reset as early as last year, but decided against it, holding out for the client rendering rewrite.
Yeah, indeed.
The client rendering rewrite is still not finished, but we feel that
We can't really wait anymore.
We can't really wait any longer.
Food is just too broken.
Exactly. Food has been broken for a very long time, and food is really broken, and we want to fix that. Also, another big thing that we're going to address is siege. We're going to make some pretty big changes to that as well.
Indeed.
We haven't really, finished our internal conversation 100% on that yet, but we certainly have talked, fairly extensively about it. I mean, we have a lot of
We have concrete ideas for sure.
exactly. We have concrete ideas as to what we're going to do with it. So it's actually funny. Back in a couple of months ago, there was a post in the screenshot thread, I think, of someone who had found a base, and the comment was that someone made the comment that that's Jorb's base because it was a mess. So, and that person was correct. So,
Oh, he was.
yes, he was.
He actually was.
So my base has been posted, and someone has correctly identified it as being my base. So maybe I'll dig up that post later for you if you want.
I thought I saw that post and it actually was someone else's base. I thought we were just joking about how it
We're
looked
gonna
and
have
it
a
looked
look
like
at
your
it.
base.
We're gonna have a look at it, boys. So here's my underground little place. Here's where I live.
That's on level 5, right?
This is on cave level 5. We're gonna
Because that's where cave hermits live, right?
exactly resetting the world because you've been found out, says Burin. Exactly, that's where it's at. We're entering Shiloh. So if anyone knows where Shiloh is, please come see me in Shiloh if you feel like it. I may defend myself still, so don't come here with bearing any ill intent. So this is my place, and
So
I
yes,
don't
it
know.
is a mess.
I think a mess is a is such a harsh word. I think this is damn what a mess. Lol, what the fuck? This guy carries his master key on him. Yeah, I play hardcore.
Noobing around.
I play hardcore. That is correct. I play hardcore. So.
So yes, I think that was the expected reactions.
Exactly. But this is fun story, true story. I came into this cave. Whoa, what's up with the lag there, sir? I came upon this cave on like the first day of World 10. There's even been a notice board here with a note since like we added notice boards, which says that this is Jorb's cave. Do not touch. So
I was not aware of that.
this is an entirely 100% legit dev base. So I've actually built all of this, and so this is I've played it for reals. And we're in Fire and Ice. We are not. I'm not going to show you on the map quite yet. If you know where I am, take some time to find me out. I have never bothered building a wall. And that's actually been an interesting experience. I've had some stuff pilfered from my base here. This is my little base with, some fairly decent qualities and whatnot. Feel free, I guess, to come help yourselves to whatever you desire here. I've had some stuff pilfered, but it's honestly not been that bad. Like, I had a wagon standing around here that I'd found in an abandoned base, which was a fun adventure in and of itself. I raided an abandoned base and found a wagon there, which I rode home. But it's honestly not been that bad. Like I've, 99 times out of 100 when I've logged in, like all my shit has been here, just fine. I've been, planting crops and doing leather and all kinds of stuff. And normally people just, I guess they assume that this is just a completely noobish camp with nothing of value in it, which arguably that's probably true to you guys, but
there are several scales of noobs.
Exactly, there are several scales. There are a lot of scales to noobdom, and for sure there are definitely people who have had lower qualities than what I have, such as Loftar, for example. So Manny asks if the new trailer will be released on YouTube, and the answer is yes. Again, I'll be uploading the trailer as soon as I'm done with the streaming and everything. Also, we'll be posting an announcement on forums. So we're gonna get it on the tube, boys. It's all gonna go on the tube. You'll get to see it again. Yeah, but mostly, and that's also been an interesting experience. I've been mostly left alone here. And I've just been planting trees randomly, placing most everything randomly, I guess you could say. Gakru asks, I heard you mention World 11 is another 2-year world. I don't think I said anything about the longevity of World
Indeed.
11.
We have said nothing about that.
Said nothing about that, and it's still
And we wouldn't, and we never would.
And we never would. So there's no need to speculate on that. We don't know how long World 11 is going to last. Only.
Perhaps it will be in 3 years. Perhaps it will be 3 months.
Exactly. It could be any number in between those two extremes. So most of the time, actually, been left fairly alone here. Like I said, planting trees and shit, and this has been a nice place. Like I said, I found the cave on the first day of World 11, and I used it early on or World 10, sorry. Used it early on to like stash my shit, and I had my drying frames in there. Originally, let me show you. Originally, when you entered here, I really liked the place because it was like this nice little cove or whatever, and
And one might say that it has grown from there in exactly the same way, just stashing shit in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a pirate's cove stash of random nonsense, and but originally there was a long. I guess you can't see me when I'm pointing at the screen, but whatever. Imagine where I'm standing. There was a passageway from the entrance there over to where I'm standing now, which led further into the cave system. So down, I don't know if you can see the mouse, but down here into the...
They can't see the mouse.
They can't see the mouse, yeah, exactly, good. So down here into this, there was the cave system originally ran from there all the way to this. So this shit is natural, but everything north, or I guess west here, all of this shit has been dug out by me. Yours truly. Precursor asks, will there be a new map generation? Yes, that's one of the key things that we will be talking about, focusing on, and changing. So and that's what we're working on right now.
Yep.
And we've obviously, in case that was not obvious from the trailer, we've already begun working on the rewrite and the update and everything. So we're well underway with. I'd say we're a decent bit into the great work ahead of us. So there originally I only had a natural cave system with a fairly small passageway entrance from the natural entrance there, and I don't know, a couple of weeks into the into World 10, I made friends, or so I thought, with some Polish guy, who I ran across, and he and his friends were kind of following me for a while, added me to the friends list. I always kind of felt kind of shady about it, but eventually, I don't really know how they managed to find me. I don't really recall the exact circumstances, but they found me, and this was before the present relatively mild knockout system for when you die and stuff is implemented.
All right, that's also from this world.
Yeah, that's also from this world, exactly. So there's a lot of stuff is new from this world. And official Ramsey, World 11 is indeed going to be on the 1st of February. So if you're not up to snuff on that, World 11 is going to be on the 1st of February. So that is confirmed. But anyway, they found me. Burin says, you have a dead horse just lying around. Yes, I have. It's my first horse, actually, which died in a cave accident, a mining accident, which I had. And I haven't been, I suppose, intending to give it a decent burial or whatever. Arguably, corpses should rot at some point, because I think that horse is at least a year old. What time is World 11 starting on the 1st of February? We have no idea. We only know that on the 1st of February, we're going to do the reset. We may update you on a time when we start working.
I would assume that it would be somewhere close to midnight in this time zone, though. But that's just an assumption.
Yeah, I don't know. No clear idea on that yet. We may post a time if we come up with one. Yeah, we don't know yet. So, but it'll be on the 1st of February. So you'll get more information as we progress.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things. We're also going to be posting a couple of threads on stuff that we want feedback on. most importantly, or at least one of the things that comes to mind right now, is we want some ideas on what to do with potter's clay, or with the kind of the clay tech tree in general.
That also, but one of the other more important threads would be about siege, I think.
Yeah, siege, definitely. So, and that might be a nice segue into actually, let me just finish talking about my base first. It's obviously the most important thing here is my
Of
base.
course.
Certainly, this is what everyone has been waiting for, right? Like everyone has been waiting for all of World 10 to just see my base. So
what did you think the stream would be about?
Exactly. I mean, my base certainly is the most important thing. So, but anyway, I was killed. I was killed in this very cave system. Not entirely sure what I did with my ancestor. Now that I think about it, like his bones. Maybe they took them.
Didn't you bury him?
Yeah, I might have buried them actually. Let's go. I do have a grave down here somewhere. Let me go check that out to see if it's actually my ancestor.
There are a few graves here, but who knows?
There's so many skeletons in my closet. Who knows? Who knows who they belong to? Here we go. No, that's not me. That's some other person. All right. I guess I don't know what I did with what happened to the corpse. It may have been that they destroyed it. Like.
Not unthinkable, I guess.
Not unthinkable at all. So yeah, so I was killed. So this is the direct ancestor of my first character of World 10.
Direct descendant, I would think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, direct descendant. Exactly, because we don't move backwards in time. So that's how that works. So, and this is my little room. As you can see, we have some nice stuff here. It's my study bench. It's been empty for I just refilled it with some trash this morning.
I never saw you putting up a small heart container.
So I have a small heart container, I have ant wings, I have a big heart container, which you can do the math. I've been raiding both beaver dams, and 30-second advertisement says, I don't think even you could build a base this shitty. It's kind of impressive. 219 nerds watching, so that's pretty good, I'd say. That's a good indication of, I think we're going to have a pretty good, I assume we're going to have a pretty good turnout for the World Reset, judging from how many are watching the stream. But I would assume that anyway. Who doesn't want to play Haven when it's a new world, right? Like, that's what all the cool kids are doing, right? So yeah, this is my little tower, Tower of Death and Darkness, and yeah, I've been raiding a couple of patches of rock crystals. One of my cool adventures was when I found. Is there any chance to show a trailer once again? Yeah, we'll show it again. Like maybe at the 1 hour mark we could show it again.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, I guess.
Not bad, in case people haven't seen it or whatever. I've burned through like all of my good curios more or less. I've saved some for nostalgic reasons, like my queens and empresses, my beaver teeth, my foul smoke, the perfect hole. Obviously, you need that for unmentionable things that you can do to holes. And
right.
Let's put the crown on here. I'm the crown. I'm the king of this world, y'all. So let's head into the cellar. How fitting. The darker corners of this place can be ominously frightening sometimes. There's that frantic clawing from within the walls, and just now you can swear that you saw something large with ravenous red eyes skulking in the pitch. So this is my little bone room. You'll notice the troll bones here. Honestly, found the troll bones in an abandoned base that I was searching through, so I didn't actually kill a troll. So that's one of the things that I haven't done this world, is to kill a troll. I have killed a mammoth, so I suppose that was fairly okay, decent-ish. And I raided, again, both beaver dams and anthills, but not a bat dungeon. Was my
But
bat?
you have a bat cave.
Yeah,
right?
I have a bat cave right next to my bed. Was it still there? Did you see it? Did you think about it? We'll go
I
check
can't
it.
imagine it
We'll
would
go
be
have a
gone.
look. We'll go have a look. No, I mean there have been plenty of people digging into my cave system and whatnot,
okay,
so
okay.
it's quite possible that someone may have raided it. Be honest, did you decorate the walls before stream just for us? No, this trash buildup has been going on for 2 years, sir. So this is Pyopec asks, will there be any changes including credos and questing? Yes, definitely. Credos and questing are things that we're going to look at.
Indeed.
So, but yeah, this is some of the stuff that I've been gathering, like rock crystals, some Jotun mussels, all kinds of nonsense. If you're curious about the dark effigies here, when I was doing the Mystic Credo, oh, sorry about that. I had to like, I don't know, pay the price of my own mother before I could find a mandrake root. So since then, this is not a gold crown that I'm wearing. I am wearing an ant crown. Yeah, since then I've been just every mandrake I've found, I've turned into a dark effigy and displayed on my walls down here. And I was always intending to build an altar down here, but I never really got around to it. So I haven't been throwing many nib as I suppose you can imagine. So yeah, here are some heart containers and stuff. I think I've gone through 2 beaver dams. No, fun story, true story. I'd like some credit for being the one to discover that the original implementation of beaver dams, the heart container had a drop despawn timer of like what 30
1 minute.
The 1 minute, the default 1 minute. So I lost my first heart container. So I've killed 3 beaver kings, but only gotten 2 hearts. John Doe 76. When is reset? Reset will be on the 1st of February, 2019. Let's go check if I can.
Can we talk about building towers and caves?
Isn't that as it should be? What are you talking about? Is there anything? What is there to discuss? Yeah, my bat cave is still here. So early on, I got like pretty soon after we implemented bat caves, one spawned just next to. So this is Spite Talon's Endless Halls of Betrayal, and I don't really. It's been somewhat explored, not by me. I only got through like 1 room here, and Mescaline asks, have you considered changing the way metal spiraling works for the new world? Yes, we're going to look at that. We're also going to look at removing the negative effect from having all the skills.
Indeed.
So that's not going to be a detriment to you in the future. So we're going to fix that. So what time on Friday? We don't really know yet. So, but yeah, so many stories. Like, yeah, with all the rock crystals. Haha, let me in, bro. Let's go clear the dungeon. Who's that? Who's that at my door? Who? Hello, big mean old wolf. Who's there, sir? I don't want to clear the dungeon right now, sir. Feel free to do that. Or maybe I do, actually. Give me a minute. The Elec asks, why don't we get a client recode and some good engine? Then we might even get decent FPS. This is a good engine, and we're over here.
The next engine is supposed to be good at least.
The next engine is going to be good. Don't you worry about it. Man over here is working on that, and we've been, like again, we've been holding out for the world reset, hoping to have it finished, and we were contemplating doing a world reset this fall for the what was it, 4-year anniversary of the launch.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the new version.
A 3-year anniversary, indeed.
Yeah, 3-year anniversary exactly. But yeah, that didn't materialize. So yeah, we're not gonna wait any longer. Just pull the trigger, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with the world reset, despite the client rendering nonsense. Large dicked man. Is that you, childhood? Is that you, childhood obesity? Let's find out if it is. No, that's DDD. I don't want to let it in.
I think we can wait.
No, we can wait.
Exactly.
We can wait. We can wait on that for now.
That would make it a bit too chaotic to talk about things, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, well, where was I? Yeah, with the rock crystals. Like, one of the better stories I had with the rock crystals, I've been gathering these. Let me see if I can show you on the map. This is so much work has gone into this map, y'all.
I think it might be better if you shrunk the window.
You're crazy, sir. You're fucking tripping balls. We were just outside of Barstow when the drugs began to take hold. Been watching a lot of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas recently. It's a pretty good ass movie. So here's my cave. Here is my cave in the grand scheme of things. What is it? M for the markers? No. How do you turn the fucking
Control M?
Control M.
Oh.
Control M,
Thought it was
Control
M.
A, no, Control N,
Alt M?
Alt N, Alt M. Awesome. Should perhaps be.
Please have patience, kids. He's been waiting so long to tell you all the stories of this one.
So many quality markers and shit. Here we go. Okay, so my cave is here. The Ring of Broadgar is over here, I believe. So we're pretty close to the center of the world. This is Fire and Ice, the main settlement there. And I've been gathering my rock crystals, not over there, but over, where is it? Over here. Here's where I've been gathering. And some from the first rock crystals I got were from these patches. Later on, when people stopped carrying, I've been gathering them from all over the place, including from over here. Some of this has been claimed for some time, not always, but on and off. Some of this has been claimed, I believe, and same is true for the ones down here. And so, whoa. So early on, let's see if where were I? Such blooming radio. So early on, that place was owned by people who lived over here, Lusankya, Alkasel, and Zazda. So they had a village claim controlling the rock crystals over here. And I went over here, and there were no palisades around the rock crystals. But I stole the rock crystals. I had an opportunity to steal the rock crystals, and I did. And this was before my outer palisade here was deployed. Took me a long time to deploy this. Originally, I always intended that I was going to move away from here. So I was going to move to a different place. Oh, geez, some of my horses have been starving. Jeez, man, I've been eating a lot. I probably eat a lot. I thought I'd given them food to last a lifetime, but apparently not. Let's move this over here, in case it matters. Don't think it does. Stopped breeding these baboys a long time ago. Haven't been playing actively with the whole animal grinding quality race for some time. So one of those guys, I think it was Alkasal. Yeah, exactly, Alkasal. He came here. Since he's been called Didn't Kill Me, because I was AFKing with the crime debuff here in my cave, and he came here and he he got me, Louis. He knocked me out, and when I don't know, I was AFK, as I said, and I had forgotten. I built a little cuck shed where I could hide. So my original cuck shed was just this little palisade here where I had intended to hide, but for some reason I was AFKing out here in the normal comfy area, and so he knocked me out there, and we chased each other, back and forth around, this place, and this was before the walls were up and stuff. Can you hire the stream sound? I don't know. No, I can't really. Can probably turn on some sound here at 0.1 maybe. Let me know if that's too loud. But yeah, he knocked me out. We chased each other around here, and eventually we came to like a stalemate. I managed to like wiggle myself into the cuck shed, and so we were kind of sitting there staring at each other, and while he was like going through my shit, stealing my silk and everything, and I was like, oh man, I fuck now. But he eventually was really cool about it, and I just gave him the rock crystals back, and I didn't know you could still drop the animation poses. Yeah, I gave him that stuff back, and since then we were kind of semi-friends, and so it really broke my heart, like whenever that was, half a year ago maybe, when I went past there, and this base is basically entirely gone now. It's been more or less, at least last time I was here, it was in their base. It was entirely reclaimed by wilderness. So that was a sublime moment. We were, for a while there, I considered them somewhat, I considered them friendlies. So that was a lot of fun. It was a fun experience. I used to ride past there all the time because I used to be raiding their salt basin. There is a salt basin down here somewhere, I believe. Yeah, down here, which they had a road to. So I used to use their road and go down and pick the salt basin here clean. And good times. And there was Emerald City is over here. I don't know if M City is still active, but it's right over there. I used to come down this way a lot when running the Nomad quests. I was down this way a lot. Obviously, community fair is somewhere way south, like it's down here somewhere. I don't really know exactly where. I've traveled the full distance, I do believe. So I'm pretty sure I have it on my map somewhere. I don't really know. It's somewhere down here, and a lot of little markings with stuff. Just okay, so here we caught a quality 50 walrus. Here we found a Q78 beartooth. All my little noobish. So here we have a note. Settlement looks recently abandoned on the 1st of January, probably last year. Live animals, but plenty of decay. 9th of February, walls fallen, most crops, but no trelli. So little notes that I made when I was running the Here Lives Archie the Traveler. A guy who I met over in Moss Turnip. Moss Turnip was such fun times when I used to roll with the kids over in Moss Turnip. I wonder if I still have Moss Turnip on my how did I don't know, there's so many.
You know you can't search in that window in these days.
How can I do that then?
Just type M. No, not in the text field.
You idiot.
You idiot.
M.
Enter to deactivate the text field. Now M.
And just search.
I thought that was the. I thought you were supposed to just type in. That always works for me.
I don't know. Fuck that. I don't know. Gunterman 5 says I'm at Moss Turnip right now. So okay, so Moss Turnip is still a thing. It's Moss Wasteland now. Yeah, exactly. Moss Turnip was a good times. Good. I had a lot of fun at Moss Turnip. Used to trade there before I found my way to the community fair. Also came by Aurora when that was still a thing. Before that tragically fell. I don't know. That's a long time ago now, isn't it? When was that? Like
I don't actually remember.
I don't remember either. It could have been like a year ago. But yes, I've turned that off. I don't have the entire world map by any stretch of the imagination, but fairly well explored. I've been around. Obviously, you guys probably want to see my stats as well. Nothing. I guess you already saw them. Nothing to write home about. Especially not now that we've been going through your stats and looking at some of the absurd things that you've been up to. So it's certainly nothing to write home about. But I've been playing fair on the other hand, so pretty reasonable at least. I have I think my highest value is 720 melee.
Haven't leveled a single point in stealth?
Nope. Not sure there was really any point.
I thought it might be part of the credo at least.
Not that I know. So, but yeah, I haven't been playing actively really for I don't know, pretty much a year. Like I've had a couple of intermittent sessions every now and then, but it's been a long time since I was really grinding away. Arbet says you can get those stats in a day. I'm well aware that you can get those stats in a day. I'm not attempting to brag here about my impressive stats because food is broken. It's completely broken. We're gonna fix it. Yeah, do I have anything else I want to tell you? You can see my credos. I've also, again, all credos that I have, I've ran legit. Cave hermit, farmer, fisherman, forager, hunter, miner, Mystic, Nomad, Quarryman, Tailor, and I've gotten a fair ways into Lumberjack as well. So yeah, this has been a wild ride. It's been a wild.
I see Troll XH&H brags about 40k strength, but we can. I think we can tell for sure that no one has 40k strength.
You may have.
Oh well, our
adjusted.
stats were a bit old, true.
Our stats were old, and he may also have equipment bringing him up to 40k.
No, right. That might be a thing, of course.
So we were looking at the raw stats.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow, yeah, it's been 2 years. It's a long time. Yeah. I've been working on it. I was looking into the stream that I did at the end of World 10, which, you know, by any stretch of the imagination is now...
This is the stream at the end of World 10.
Sorry, the stream that I did at the end of World 9. And I did the same thing there, you know, when we had announced World 9, that I went through...
Announced World 10.
Announced World 10, sorry. That I went through the base that I had in World 9 and showed that as well. So, yeah, it's been 2 years. It's been I've lived here for a long time. I don't know what to tell you. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun here. There's... I can just jump home. Oh, sorry. Home is over there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm obviously sleeping on the lower cave level on account of having the Cave Hermit Credo. Arguably, one should perhaps take a look at that mechanic and consider it.
No, I don't necessarily hate that though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it either. I guess it's just a little bit, wee bit retarded. This is some pretty extensive cave systems on some of the levels here. Like I went exploring that one time, and I think that was probably on level 4. Drunken Jacob asks, "What about World Generator?" And I can only respond in kind. Yeah, what about it? We're going to work on it for sure. We are working on it, and in fact, you had at least some hints as to what we're going to do with it. Yeah, maybe that was this level then. I'd imagine that I've got... Oh, yeah, right. That is a fairly long stretch. Bats, we can't stop here. This is bad country. And Blazing Shadow asks, any plans on armor repair? Yes, we have plans for armor repair, but I don't know if that's really pertinent for the world reset. Keto TV asks, what will be with premium accounts? We're gonna treat you well. I'll tell you that much. We haven't decided. We may talk that through after the stream and decide exactly what to do with it, and maybe post something. We'll take care of you. We're gonna treat you well, and we're probably How did we do this last time? Did we just turn off the ticking for the accounts? Or
I don't actually remember.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk that through a little bit, but we're gonna treat you well and be kind with you, and do nice things to you. So you're not gonna lose anything from this. Most likely, I suspect we're just gonna turn off the.
But that would also diminish inventories and everything, so I think that's a bad idea.
I just meant turning off the timer.
Yes, but there is one toggle for the whole payment mechanics, including the inventory.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk that through, but we're gonna try to take care of you and treat you well. Put it that way. Yeah. Fuck. Was there anything else that I wanted to say about this? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much my base and some of the more relevant stories that I've had from this world. I had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun at the community fair. Had a lot of fun at Aurora when that was still a thing. Used to visit both, trading at both, and at Moss Turnip. I used Moss Turnip to bootstrap my own, building a decent smelter, decent by my Nubbish standards, of course, and decent by the standards of like a year ago when I built them. And yeah, I had a lot of fun doing the farmer credo. I was running around the world a fair bit. and that's when I placed a lot of the little notes about what abandoned settlements have what crops and shit. Because I used to go there whenever I got quests to harvest. Some really good moose qualities here, or at least by my novice standards. Where is it? It's right over here-ish, maybe. I found the most quality creature I ever found was quality 300, I think, and that was a moose. See if I can find it. Yeah, 375 moose. So right up here, right up in here, y'all. Here, I caught a quality 375 moose right here. So in case anyone is after those things, that was the best I found. There's a 484 mammoth spot. That's better, for sure. That's better for sure. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Moss Tournament, Aurora, Community Fair. I bought. That was not too long ago, I don't think. I bought this herdsman sword. I'm sure it's nothing but by the qualities that you have these days, but when I bought it, I believe it was pretty okay. Belts, we're going to address those as well. We're going to take a look at those. By taking a look at them, I mean what we want to do is remove the ability to have them arbitrarily in your inventory, but in return increase their size significantly. So that's the plan for the belts. Here's where I keep some of the more important valuables that I have. I have a Yule gift here that's not been opened. Let's open that in a while. My silk. I used to have a pretty decent silk operation going for a long while. And this is some of the stuff that I still have from that. Some steel. I've been kind of burning through my meager supplies here, making new plate mails as I've been going along. And sub Q2000 weapons, says Jordan Clowns. Okay, I bought this at the community fair. I'm sure I got shoddy quality. I blame the community fair. But here's some gold that I found. These are my treasures. A treasure. Silver quills, golden quills. 30 coins of tin. Number 1. I don't really recall where I got those, if I found them or fished them up or whatever I did. Here's some of the gems that I have. Still have a Jotun pear topaz. Let's go cut that fucker. Let's do that now. No reason to hold back. I've been holding back on cutting the topaz here. Let's do that. Can't help but notice you don't keep any fiat. No, I prefer precious metals. That's where I'm at. With storing my valuables here. And some nonsense rings that I made, and yeah, these are some rings that I bought and then slotted some stuff into. Official Ramsey asks, where's the new trailer? Haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet. Gonna get to that as soon as the stream is over. Should perhaps have done that in advance. Yeah, let's go cut this topaz. What do you think, Frederick? Am I gonna make it? Is it gonna be the brilliant
well,
topaz?
Well, you can only hope not.
It's good that we always have this guy rooting for me, right? Let's do it. Are you ready? Are you ready, stream? Is the stream ready? Oh, let's do it. Let's just do it. There's no holding back. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, let's meditate on that for a while. Okay, so we got past one level. That's pretty cool. Should we just not do any more levels now? Should we hold back forever? We did it. We did it, chat. We fucking did it.
What is that now?
It's a Jotun Heart Topaz.
Alright.
Quality 10. So, and I got a bunch of these in the first early minutes of the gem update.
Oh right, that was broken for a wee bit.
Because that was broken. You got the update where the update was a bit broken, so it was doling out Jotun gems like it was candy. So gems are new from this world as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something we'll have to look forward to seeing how that plays out. Come on! Ew! We fucked it up. Let's just craft all of them. Fight! Fight! Nothing matters anymore. We're just gonna watch it all burn.
Well, I mean, they could have remained in the archives forever.
Hey, that's pretty good. We got into Grand Brilliant. We got 2 Grand Brilliants.
Ah, right. Grand is the final level.
Yep. No, Brilliant is the final level.
Ah, right.
So, yeah. It could have been worse. I was obviously hoping for the Jotun. Jordan Cozy says, gems are one of my favorite additions. Sad thing is that because food is what's broken, the edible stat buffs weren't very important. Yeah, so we're looking forward to...
Eatable stat buffs? What does that have with the gems to do?
I just think he means the stat buffs, quite simply. Not sure. I assume that's what he meant. Zented69 says, can you give us a couple sexy little tidbits of New World content? Is that cave biomes?
No, we're going through Jorb's base right now. This is the Jorb base stream. What did you think we were here for?
I know, this is a random keyring I believe I found in an abandoned base with strange Russian keys. Never bothered to get rid of that, so that's still there. Changes to the world economy. Will there be travel changes? Yes, we're going to implement travel wariness. Alter to resource spread in the new world. What do you mean by resource spread? What resources are you referring to there? If we could spread the resources more, I suppose we would.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to there. Let's go. Let's do the opium. Let's go fucking high on opium. we were just outside of Barstown when the drugs began to take hold. Let's see, where's my opium? There's no opium bag. My opium is new from this world. Load up.
It's perhaps worth noting that we are closing in on the 1 hour mark, and we promise to show the trailer again.
Yeah, we're going to show the trailer again at the 1 hour mark. Don't you worry about that. Take some opium. We're going to load up the big bong. Oh, is it already loaded, or?
Maybe.
But with what? Probably with tobacco.
Who knows?
Fuck it. Away with you. We'll light that little fucker.
I think you missed clip. No.
No, I do not. Use. Let's go into the mist. Yeah, so as you saw in the stream, we're adding whales.
Yeah.
They're already in, boys. They're already in. And I think whales are going to be, and, I suppose an obvious implication of us adding whales is that we're going to add oceans as well.
Indeed. That's I think that's the trademark change in the map generator.
Yeah, probably the biggest single thing. Did you record those bong rip sounds yourself? No, I actually found them. We have a sound archive, and no, I actually found them. We have a sound archive. I promise you, Jordan Close, I did not record any bong rip myself. Oh, there we go. There's an opium dragon right there. Lunarius Haberdash says, so Whale Dungeon is getting swallowed, right? Confirmed.
Confirmed.
I think I can confirm that
Yes.
right away. We thought of that as well, and it's too good not to do it, so we're obviously clearly going to do that. We were just outside of Barstow when the drugs began to take hold. So whales, we have added those, more or less finished the implementation.
It's legal here in Canada. I don't think opium is legal.
No, opium is certainly not legal in Canada. I can't imagine opium being legal in Canada. I think Mexico is decriminalizing almost everything. Eden234 asks, just tuned in, any update on worldwide? Yes, Eden, 1st of February, 2019. We're going to do a worldwide wipe. We're going to progress. We're going to level up to World 11. This one goes to World...
Not February 30th. Oh, yeah, right.
I think he's
probably joking.
Yeah, he's trolling. 1st of February, we're going to be posting threads in the forum as soon as we're done with the stream. We're going to be posting on YouTube. We're going to put the trailer on YouTube. Everything is going to be exactly as you always imagined it could be. How are we doing here? One of the things that I don't like about the smoking implementation is that it's hard to get all the buffs at one time because they tick down relatively fast. So it's hard to be super high on both. It's hard to max out all the buffs at once.
Yes, I imagine this is a great problem.
Yeah, exactly, because you want the combined effect of the ganja and the opium. And we should obviously have more of these as well. I think shrooms.
But strictly speaking, can't you smoke a pipe while you're smoking the
Oh,
ball?
can I? Maybe that's the trick here. Can I? Is it so? If it's so, let's get super high.
That was opium.
Yeah, I know.
But then you want both.
Yes, I do want both, but I just want to max out the opium thing first.
Fine.
Whale dungeon, Jonah the Whale type of thing. Yes, exactly, Jordan Coates. I would imagine that being a pretty fun and cool update. But for dungeons aside, we're just going to have straight up normal, cool old ass whaling as well. We'll be doing whaling. Jesus Loves You still asks, with oceans, will there be lots of big, small islands spread throughout, or just large bodies of water only?
There will not be large bodies of water, rather there will be bodies of land in the water, otherwise known as continents.
There will be continents, and we have some pretty sexy looking maps coming. I would show them to you, but that would ruin the surprise. We have some good looking maps. I assure you, I think it's going to be really good. The distribution is really looking pretty cool, and we have a good mix, I think, of small islands, large continents, little just blips in the ocean, all the good stuff that you might imagine ever needing. So I think it's going to be awesome. Actually, where's my ganja? There's nothing more depraved than a man in the midst of an ether binge. And I knew we'd get into that rotten stuff.
One thing I like about the opium effect is when the distortions make the character diagonal, it kind of looks like you're walking on the while slanting.
The opium effect is awesome. There's no doubt about that. What the fuck? Where's my ganja? Where did I put my ganja? Anyway, maybe it's over here actually. Maybe it's over here. Here we go. Here's my ganja. Some old ass buds though. I have better quality buds than these right now. So do I now need to empty this? That's a bit of a shit.
No, why would you do that?
You mean just light up here?
Yeah.
And then sit down by the pipe.
So that you get both.
Yeah. And go completely whole hog on the.
But why did you put it out then?
Because I'm high.
I guess that's that.
I think that's a fair answer. Get super high. Manny says, how much do I need to pay you guys for World 12 being more or less typographical recreation of Middle Earth? I don't think Middle Earth is really that interesting of a map.
Also, I don't think we're discussing World 12 at this point.
No, I think we're still on World 11. I'm pretty sure we haven't exhausted that quite yet. Whale mounts, says Gunter Man 5. Jesus Loves You still says, can we expect more customization with boats for cannons and such in the ocean? Gunpowder is not something that we're looking at right now, but more boats I think would be.
Well, I mean, that being said, we have, but I think that's more of a thing when we have object control objects, so that you could put ballistas and stuff on the boats.
Yeah, exactly. So I
we have previously discussed putting catapults on boats in the same vein.
Because it's felt relevant at several occasions, looking at you, Childhood Obesity, to have siege, some sort of siege mission on
sea.
At sea, basically. A ship that has interior.
Yeah,
like
that would also be related to said object controlled objects.
Any changes to the travel system, road signs are a smidge overpowered. Yes, we agree with that, and I think some of the more degenerate results that you can see from questing in this world are, arguably due to that. So we're going to be adding travel weirdness. Two roads. So there's going to be a limit to how much you can travel.
We haven't discussed the exact mechanics of travel awareness, but I imagine that the travel wear from roads would be less severe than that of charter stones, but nevertheless highly present.
Yeah, so it's going to be a thing, so you're not going to be able to ping pong back and forth and do nothing but run quests really fast, so that's going to go. Let's see if I missed some questions up here. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. Again, we have some really cool looking. It would be nice if I could turn off the effect that it slows down the rendering here, so that I.
No, you can.
Oh, I can.
Yes. Colon BG Hertz.
I'm gonna enter my colon right here. Colon BG Hertz.
BG Hertz is the command. BG Z HZ.
Got it.
100.
Background Hertz. Did I miss anything? Ships, whale dungeons. May I ask, says Mescaline, how long the stream will last? We'll do 2 hours as usual. No need to go less or more. Are stat caps ever coming back? Probably not.
Not in any rush, at least.
No, we're not. We were looking back at the announcement for World 10 and noticed that we promised stat caps but never actually delivered on
Indeed.
it. So
That
I
was.
think we're going to keep non-delivering on them.
Indeed.
We're not too fond of the idea. Basically, I mean, we tried it. Was that in World 9 even? That we tried it?
Yes, indeed. Of course it was. I mean, prior to World 10.
Sure. And I didn't really like how that played out.
Indeed.
And yes, cave biomes are also going to be a thing. Not sure how much of a, you know. I'm seeing some World Reset posts on the forums. Was it actually confirmed here, or is it another cruel joke? No, it's confirmed here. Laser says Pew. We're going to have a World Reset on the 1st of February, and we're going to make a post about that momentarily. Maybe I'll even make the post while we watch the trailer.
I think it's better if we wait until the stream is over.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, señor?
Because otherwise people will be posting there and we have no way to answer.
Doesn't matter. You can look it up if you want to. Doesn't matter. Like,
Isn't it more reasonable if we're there to answer questions when we post the thread? Isn't that a reasonable thing to do?
I don't know. I don't see a problem with that.
Why would we post it in advance?
What do you mean advance?
Before.
We'll ask the chat. What do you think, chat? Excuse me for a moment, says Laser says Pew. I need to go to the balcony and scream. That's fine. Go do your thing. I'm not sure if you're screaming out of joy or angriness or whatever. Audio Smurf asks, if we get whales in the ocean, do we get fucked up sea serpents? I would assume. That could be fun. Midgard serpent, Jormungandr, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't exclude it. Wobble Wobble says, how long did it take you to grow the beard? I think it reached an equilibrium in terms of its length like a couple of months ago. I don't think it's been getting much longer. So I think it took me about, I don't know, how long did it take me? 6 months? 8? Some such.
I wouldn't know.
Are you not keeping up with my beard?
I am not keeping up with your beard.
Why are you not keeping up with my beard? Like it's as if you don't love me. He's not rooting for my gems, and he's not keeping up with my beard. And Robin Hood asks, will the music from the trailer be added to the game? We don't have any immediate plans to add it, but I wouldn't exclude it either. Like if we can find a good place for it. Gunterman 5 says Sailor Credo. Yeah, probably. Definitely Whaler Credo. So, Got Some Pills asks, if oceans are huge, will the base speed of rowboats be increased? The man over here is more looking at a nerf, so
well, I mean, basically
oceans are not going to be traversable by rowboats.
Indeed.
So you're going to need to build something bigger in order to traverse oceans. So what are the odds, says Steve Scrolls, of your dying of dragon bites here? I still only have like 23 points here, so I don't think it's...
Has your counter pipe gone now? No.
Still ticking. So Honeybone says, hey my dudes. Okay, are we going to watch the trailer one more time?
I guess.
So I'm going to have to flip up OBS, right? Because I don't have a hotkey. So we're going to have to do that. Bear with me here.
So that was the trailer again.
That was the trailer again. There was some retardery there with the OBS and the overlays and everything, but fuck that. This music is so good. Yeah, that's Kaka for you doing that music. So he wrote that. That's his work. It's his work right there. Xeros B. Thank you for the stream. Loved it. We're not done yet, sir. We're doing another full hour. So much stuff to talk about.
Yeah, back to Jorb Space.
Back to my face. The draw says trolls overground. I don't know. We'll see about that. That was more of a dramatic thing that we added to explain why we're moving away from the old world.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There are no immediate plans
to do that.
To add trolls to the overworld. I kind of like the distinction. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. That I like the distinction that the underworld is kind of strange and mysterious, whereas the and contains all kinds of random creatures, but whereas the overworld it does not, so, or is more realistic at least. So I guess it's entirely kosher to cheat away now. Let's giddy up on that. Oh, whoa. Questions. Onip statue, please. Yeah, we have a massive backlog on world statues. I'm not entirely sure what
I'm just distracting you.
What is distracting? In fact, I'm behind me. Whoops. Bad move.
This is why you don't do world manipulation on drugs.
Can I never get out of here? Oh, I fucked that up. Can I never use this now?
Oh yeah, you probably can. You just have to align it correctly.
With what?
No, I don't know. And you're probably turning it the wrong way around now, I think.
It needs to be that way around.
Probably.
There we go. that was wild. Wow. Jeez. All right. Let's go for a ride. Maybe I should end these crazy buffs that I have, or maybe it's more fun riding around high on opium. We were just outside of Barstow. The drugs began to take hold. Let's go right over there's a pretty cool formation over here. We're gonna ride over that and have a look at the place where I told you my friends used to live, or friends, the people I encountered, whatever. So do I have my trusty sword with me. Jesus Loves You Still says, will World 11 see any combat changes? We hope so. I can't promise you that. It's basically combat is the last thing that we're going to look at, but we are going to look at it. I think that's
probably a fair statement. I mean, we don't really have any concrete ideas for things to do with combat.
It's not as if we don't have some, but they're fairly invasive.
No concrete ideas.
No concrete ideas, sure. Depending on your definition of what is a concrete idea. But no, we're not really...
As in not abstract ideas.
Sure. I mean, we don't have any immediate ideas for improvements. That's the problem. And if we had immediate ideas for improvements, I think we would have added those some time ago. So
I mean, basically, combat. While it's nice to have good combat at the start of the world, combat isn't really tied to a world reset the same way as.
Yeah, exactly. The changes that we're going to prioritize are changes to like crafting, qualities, credos, characters, stuff that has long-term effect.
And siege to some extent.
And siege, because that affects how you plan and build your bases and
yeah.
shit. So that's obviously something that we're going to change acre clay to bone clay for potter's clay. That was one of the changes that I actually contemplated. So maybe that's a good idea then. So silly guy, are you suggesting that we should just switch acre clay to bone clay and the potter's clay recipe? Would that be good? What do you think about that, chat?
Would that even solve the problem? If the problem with the potter's clay is the brick, would that even solve anything?
It would at least make bone clay relevant.
Yeah, sure, but just as a crafting input.
Yeah, but that would be a vast improvement on the present situation, where I think bone clay is pretty irrelevant. +1 for that idea. Do it, says a couple of people. So we're gonna have a thread about that. We're gonna do a thread about that. So if we miss your input here now, you'll have time to give it to us. There will be ample time for that. Let's see where I'm going. So yeah, oceans are going to be a big thing, and as I said, the map generator is already spitting out some pretty convincing results. I'd say weren't you pretty happy with what we had last night?
Yeah, I mean it's looking it's starting to look like something, I think.
Yeah, like a good distribution again of large continents, and the whole scale in between in terms of small islands, little blips in the ocean, everything. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, cave biomes are another big thing that we're going to add. I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to add more cave levels. I think that's
I think that's a safe assumption to make.
Safe assumption to make, yeah, indeed. So and we're going to make changes to like how you dig down into them and all that jazz. So not exactly sure 100% on the exact changelog yet, but we still have a good 2 weeks. Will there be less land now that you said there be less?
There will be less land as a proportion of the total map area, but in compensation we will increase the total map area quite simply. So the idea being that the initial next world map will be the same total area of inhabitable land as the current map. But as a consequence of the world being larger with the same amount of inhabitable land, distances will probably increase.
So that I think is a fair summation. Any ideas on windstorms that would affect sea traveling? Yeah, I mean we're gonna make it. We're gonna try to make it challenging to traverse actual open seas.
Indeed.
So hopefully in a fun way. Do oceans affect cave levels? Hadn't really considered that actually.
I did consider it yesterday, but not sure, to be honest. Not sure.
Not sure. We'll see what happens with that. So here is where my friends Alcasol and company used to live, and I'm actually pretty impressed with the decay here. Like as you can see, most of this is actually gone now. Their fields are still here. Arguably, plants should decay.
Arguably.
And but otherwise, and arguably, perhaps nature should try to reclaim. Maybe trees should have a chance to get planted here. Maybe they do.
Only on the the actual forest woodland tiles, though.
So they would have to spread up to the border.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I mean, not sure exactly how the equilibrium plays out, but I think they should eventually reclaim. Good question, actually. No.
Good question. We don't really know.
I mean, that would also mean that they would reclaim all grasslands in the world, and that's obviously not the case.
Official Ramsey says the client rework is finished. No, the client rework is not finished. So we're doing the world reset without the client rework.
Unfortunately.
We were hoping to do the world reset with the client rewrite, but.
And that is why it has taken so long.
And yeah, that's one of the reasons why we've delayed. Also, I've actually had a lot of fun with World 11 or World 10. I've had a lot of fun with World 11. Done with that, we're gonna move on to World. I've had a lot of fun with World 10, so I haven't really been in any huge rush to do the world reset. But it feels really good to do it now. I think now is a very opportune moment. So and a lot of changes that I've been really like dying to make, like the food changes, and I've had so many frustrated PMs from people like angry at me, yelling at me, like, why don't you fix the food? The food is broken, blah blah blah.
Does the lack of a client rework mean World 11 is going to be short? No, the client rework does not necessitate a world reset.
Exactly. That was not my point. The point there was that we were
hoping to start the new world with the new client, quite simply.
Quite simply. So a new world is not, this does in no way imply that World 11 is going to be a short world or anything. Were that the case, I think we would have held out for the client rewrite.
Mm-hmm.
So no, there's no necessary connection between those two. So, in light of the rewrite taking so long, have you tried turning Loftar off and then back on again? Yeah, I've tried to blow him several times. You see what I did?
Oh no.
You see what I did? Nothing is working. But no, I haven't tried turning him on and off. Any changes to how roads work? Yeah, we were over that Fells. We're gonna add travel awareness. That's I think the biggest change we're gonna add. There that other thing as well with the roads that you can build them in retarded.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a
Minor fix. Um, no custom client next world. Yeah, we're gonna ban customs. We're gonna finally gonna get around to that. No kidding.
we actually don't. I don't think we have any planned changes that would require a client change at all.
No. No. Ooh. Whoa. No, we don't. So shipwrecks says Gunterman 5. I hope so. Especially when you try to go after whales. I hope you're gonna have plenty of shipwrecks. That's gonna be my ambition. That's what I'll be working for at least. There's plenty of shipwrecks from plenty of people. Boom. What about botting, Bruder Bonnie? Yeah, we're gonna ban that too. Bots are out. Not gonna. Our position. What? Yeah, exactly. What about it? Our position on these issues are the same as always. We don't dislike custom clients. We do not. I don't know. I guess we dislike botting, but we're also realistic about it.
Yeah. The point also being that botting is more often than not an indication of bad mechanic rather than a bad player.
Yeah.
Not necessarily true. Not necessarily categorically true, but
somewhat true at least. Let's just go explore. Let's go see if Emerald City is still a thing. What do you think, Chad? Is Emerald City still a thing? Latency 6 asks, what's the small announcement they were talking about? We're going to do a world reset, Latency, in case you missed that. So there will be a world reset. 1st of February. Why is there no official H&H Discord?
Because I hate Discord.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. I don't have any really opinion on Discord. Discord is a fad to me, but
Discord is a closed platform to me, and therefore it is closed to me.
Exactly. He's more fascist about those things than I am, but I'll buy that. I'll buy his answer. So we're not. I don't really care. I know that I've heard some bad things about Discord, like them selling client information and all that jazz.
I mean, as I'd assume any closed platform to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like logging the chats and mining them for data and all kinds of fishy behavior. So yeah, one day I'm gonna close down my Facebook account as well, but apparently not today.
That being said, there is an open source alternative called Riot, which I haven't actually looked into it, but I would consider that much more.
Yeah, and also IRC is a thing. So, I don't know, but I guess Discord has voice chat and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know why people actually use Discord over IRC, to be honest.
Because there is no voice chat.
But I mean, the public Haven Discord is their voice chat, and that, I mean, aren't people just screaming day out and day, day in out and day, day in and day out in that case?
No clue. No.
Would you want to join a public chat room with voice chat?
No idea. Hanorak says, "Hi, I'm a bit south of Emerald City. If you want to pass by, sure, Hanorak. I'll a bit south, you say? If I get the opportunity, let's see if I can make it over to Emerald City in the first instance. By the way, awesome beard. Thank you. I think so as well. How will you combat botting? Ban the botters? How? No, I was kidding. That was a joke. We're not going to do anything in particular about botting. That's not like a focus of ours. We're going to do some things that may change how your cheese bots work. We may try to do that, but who knows? But we're not going to like try to ban bots as installing game guard retarded systems on your on the user end platform and stuff like that. We may make mechanics changes in light of perceived botting problems, but we're not going to target botting as such. Is that a fair statement, Frederick?
I think so. I mean, basically, our stance on botting has not changed.
Yeah, so we still feel the same way about botting as we always have. The battle against bots starts with cheese. I'm tempted to agree that cheese is a bit cheesy.
Indeed.
Having looked at the stat developments and what you guys have been up to, I'd say
seems like a fair statement.
It seems like a very fair statement indeed. to say that we should probably take a little bit of a look, a little bit of a gander, have a little bit of a gander
At the state of cheese.
At the state of cheese, and yeah. So rest in peace, Gergden. That was the quest giver we nuked.
No. Oh, I see.
So yeah, rest in peace with him. Any teasers for how food or crafting is changing? Yeah, take it away, Loftar. What are we going to do with food in the first instance?
Oh right, what are we going to do with food? I think there are two main categories to our planned changes with food. Part the first being to fix the symbol.
Our perception is that
The symbol is completely broken beyond belief.
And one of the symptoms of that being that you don't get any hunger.
Yeah, exactly.
And that the hunger system,
the hunger meter basically does not matter.
Yeah, so the hunger system is completely out of play, and we're gonna bring it back into play again.
Indeed. And so to affect that, I think what we are going to do with the symbol basically is to. We are going to remove the quality scaling on the effect of symbol items, and replace that with diminishing returns from symbol effects as your character values go past the quality of your symbol items.
Quite simply.
Indeed.
So basically, when your highest character value it lies beyond the quality of the symbol yank that you're using, you're going to see a lessened effect from
said items. And also we are reworking how the symbol fire works, because I think that's arguably the even the more broken mechanic of the symbol right now.
Yeah, symbol fires are completely retarded. So
Yes.
those are going to get a little bit of a look-see at as
Indeed.
well. And obviously satiations, we're going to look at
Yes,
those.
that's the second part of the food rework. We're going to change satiations basically so that they are no longer permanent debuffs. Rather we are going to make them highly transient. So that the current plan is to make them so that if you satiate some food category entirely, it's going to go away in an in-game day.
Yep.
Quite simply. And in return, they are not going to go away in the current manner of getting a number of them down below 50%.
Exactly. So we're going to remove the mechanic where they disappear once you get 3 of them below 50%.
Indeed.
We're going to remove or at least significantly change how drinks work in a way that
I think it's fair to say that we're not really changing
True.
drinks in any substantial way. Rather, the way we're fixing them is to remove the cycling mechanic.
Yeah, we're going to remove, yeah, precisely. But we're also, you won't be seeing as much of the 125%
Yeah, exactly. That too.
upward buff
That
as
too.
you have been seeing.
That too.
So we're going to change that. I think the changes that we have planned are going to make significant room for improvement in terms of like adding more drinks and stuff, which I think.
Yeah, indeed. I'm really looking forward to adding more drinks.
Yeah, like
if
mead
drinks
and
now
all
actually
that
start
stuff.
working, then that would be reason to actually start adding drinks.
Algorlist says, are you going to mess with salt nodes? Are we going to have to deal with the cancer of them again at the start of this world? I'm not sure what the cancer was exactly. We should probably look at maybe nerfing how good salt is, and maybe consider, given that we're going to have salt water, there's probably going to be
some change at least.
Some change to
exactly
what salt is and implies and means, but feel free to make a thread, or feel free to concretize what your actual complaint about the salt nodes in the beginning of this world was. So official Ramsey says tar to rowboat.
Control S. Control S.
Well, where was I? Tar to rowboat recipe, probably. Probably tar to rowboats. And my thinking is that I want to add a hollowed out log boat instead. Were you down with that, Freddy?
Yeah, I think we're still discussing that. But
we're still discussing. There will be changes to how boats work and operate, and there will be obviously, since we're adding oceans, Knars are going to be significantly more relevant. Hopefully, there will be some design space for adding maybe an in-between boat, like a sailing boat or whatever,
Perhaps.
maybe in between rowboats and Knars. I could see that being a thing. Asrid Rose Online says, will you nerf pepper and truffles? I think the short answer there is yes. We're gonna make.
We have already nerfed pepper.
We
in
have
fact.
already nerfed pepper. We're gonna make.
We're gonna make we are going to nerf it further actually, but I don't think we've looked at truffles yet.
We haven't really looked at truffles now, but we're gonna look at the other things, and we're also gonna go over every single food item in the game and try to bring it more in accordance with. We want there to be a balance with like how many inputs does a thing have. Like we saw several recipes that were never crafted, basically like beaded bird breasts. No one crafts those because they like require 4 pretty hard to get ingredients, and they're just not worth the time.
They're
and
just not good enough for that.
They're not good enough. So we want to make a couple of those better.
Also, I should perhaps mention that in relation to the satiation rework, in compensation of them not being permanent, we are instead going to increase the amount of satiations that every.
Yeah, so you'll be seeing more satiations, but they'll be more transient as well. So, and that should also solve the problem that we've had. Hey, look, there's some clay here. With noobs. Wow, no one is really playing any longer, are they? There's just 5 clay just lying around here. I guess clay doesn't matter anymore. I suppose that's the thing as well. But yeah, with noobs just effing themselves up completely by eating trash early on and then having satiations stay with them for the remainder of always.
Exactly. So I mean, the basic idea of satiations is now that they are intended to be a mechanic to make, how to put this,
to define a food session.
Yeah, exactly. Define an eating session. The idea being that you basically eat until your satiations make it pointless to eat further.
Yeah.
And at which point you can either drink to restart or wait until they.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they go away by themselves.
Yeah, and there's also probably going to be a lot more play to when and how you decide to drink. Hopefully, at least that's the ambition there.
Exactly.
Because we're going to make it so the drinks affect probably several satiations. So there's going to be like a decision to make in terms of when you use them to optimal effect and all that stuff. Will wine, tobacco remove travel weariness? Maybe, probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Wine and tobacco are a bit easy to get.
Yeah, and they already have their own effects, so I'm not really.
In Legacy, they used to remove.
Yeah, I know they did used to in Legacy, but that was really just a placeholder. That was I don't really think that was totally intended. Maybe it was. It probably was kind of intended.
We'll see.
But at any rate, I do think that using wine to remove travel awareness would be a bit too easy, to be honest.
Yeah, Heartwood leaves already remove travel
actually, yes.
So that's.
Well, I do think it would be a bit too easy to use wine to remove travel awareness, actually.
As it is now, at least. I mean,
I guess it depends on how much it removes.
And on how many retarded wounds you get from drinking too much wine, like gout.
Sure.
And,
I mean, one thing we should certainly reintroduce from Legacy, speaking of that, is the drunkenness debuff.
Yeah, we should get back all the stage of drunkenness and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that, Lynx. I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna show you I can kill Lynxon. Oh, my horse is pretty tired already. Is questing LPXP reward getting a nerf? There will certainly be a nerf to questing in terms of the roads changing and how effective they're going to be.
There will also be an implicit nerf to questing, I think, in terms of charisma.
Yeah, charisma is going to be a lot lower because we suspect that you won't be seeing quite as retarded. You'll have hunger. Hunger will be a thing. So. And satiations, for that matter, will also be a thing. So I don't think we're going to see quite the same values as we have seen in this world.
Get rid of Mopai?
I don't know what Mope is. What is Mope? Please tell me what Mope is. But can you remove Credo Suicide? We're going to do something about that.
We are going to do that.
Yeah. So that's not... at least... I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but the retarded stuff that we've been doing now is not going to be a thing.
Yes.
Can we see Loftar's base? I don't think so, no.
I guess we could.
But you would have to log in here, type your password. Is that safe? Is that safe?
I don't think they're going to hear my password.
Maybe they can, if they're the CIA, I bet you they could decipher from that.
True enough.
And I mean, backwards compare it with the earlier stream and check when I'm typing a key. Extract the sound, you got a lot of problems with that. I'll leave it up to you if you want to show it. If you want to show it, we can show it. But
I'm not necessarily afraid of sharing it, I guess.
Okay, let's do that in a little bit. Let me just write around for. I mean,
I'm not in any hurry.
Loftar's base is not as interesting as my base, so we're not going to spend as much time. We're obviously we're not going to spend as much time on his little new base.
Well, I mean, I do want to say that I actually messed up a bit in that I left my claim unmaintained for a bit too long, so I was robbed for a bit, and I haven't totally gotten back from that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the opium is wearing off now. I got nasty dragon bites. Fortunately, I found some ancient roots, so I just heal that up. Heal that right on up. Add black people, Jorb, you racist. Arguably, I wouldn't mind skin tones at least, and I wouldn't mind customizable like faces and shit, and customizable character nonsense. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go for that. We'll see. I don't know. It's a bit of a big update. It's a bit of a big change, so I'm not super sold on investing too much time on it. Basically, I want to invest as much time as possible into the world. In terms of, and that obviously means all the stuff that I usually do for world resets, meaning adding more terrains, adding more trees, adding more stuff. One of the things that I really want to add is a reward for being the first to enter cave systems is one of the things that I've been thinking about, because my experience early worlds previously has been that you find a cave and then you're like, oh, it's a cave, and then you go into it and it's like, wow, there's nothing in here. There's fucking nothing in here. So I'd like to change that and make it relevant to enter caves. Will we see any changes to quality formulas to slow down growth? I think it's safe to say that we're going to look at both how clay quality works and how metal quality works.
At least those two.
So if there's anything else you'd like us to look at, feel free to make a thread about it. Feel free to post on the forums. We're going to make an announcement thread in about half an hour when the stream is done. So yeah. And I imagine we'll end the stream with showing the trailer again, quite simply. So, Kenshiro Keb asks, will World 11 be first world where we can repel/kill midges?
Well, I'd like that in the real world too, wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. Midges are a bit of a pain in the real world as well, aren't they? Are they not? Are they not, sir?
Are we still on the way to Emerald City?
No, we passed Emerald City a long time ago.
I see.
We rode right past it. Jumping horses, not likely. Is that not a standing joke you have, Frederick, about jumping horses?
Jumping horses?
That joke you had with Chief about implementing, I don't know, coding.
I have no recollection of this.
Coding and how to implement.
Oh, you mean the Richard III, the triple jump? Yes, right. Richard. I'm not sure if I can.
You cannot
recount that.
Yeah, you can't do it justice. You suck too much. Let's see if we get a dungeon. Pray for dungeon. Have I turned the sound up? No. Fuck you.
But you never rated it now.
Oh, sorry. Still high on the open. What the fuck, says Burin. Jesus Loves You still says, will we ever get the ability to dive underwater and explore the depths of the ocean's lakes? Yeah, I would like to see the Zelda mechanic of having heavy boots and then sinking down to the lower sea levels.
Not sure how that would actually work though, but perhaps.
Not going to exclude it, not going to promise it either. We'll see. We'll see what development venues, what magical, mystical vistas of development possibility open up as we enter World 11, where there will be oceans. The salty brine of oceans. Official Ramsey says, thoughts on adding inventory weight?
Right. Not too sold on that idea.
Yeah, no, I kind of like the restriction by volume, so to speak.
Me too. I mean, we have had the idea way back in Legacy, but I don't know.
There's also the thing where there's a fair amount of work adding fucking effing weight to every single item we ever implement, deciding a weight up.
It really has to be worth it at least.
Yeah, and maintaining that and everything. Hanark says, "Thanks for passing by, guys." You're welcome, Hanark. It was entirely by random, so there's that. Let's actually hop on over to the community fair.
Right.
Let's see if I can do that. I can warp there, worst case, but thank you to everyone. I suppose you're a team who's been working on maintaining the community fair. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
community fair and projects like it. I don't want to be playing too much favorites, but community fair and Aurora and Moss Turnip and all those places have been really fun, and I've enjoyed the visitor debuff. Is another thing we may look at, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
We should probably talk a little bit about the siege changes that we want to make as well.
Oh,
but
right.
I'm going to hop over to the community fair first, because I do believe. What's the name of the charter stone? Tell me in the chat, please. Community CF, quite simply. No. What's the name of it? Some autists visit Brodgar. Visit Brodgar. No. Should I? I can visit Brodgar. He's under quarantine because people are kind of going crazy with their stock money. Okay. This is the crack up boom of.
Oh, I see.
CF is shut down because people went retarded. Oh, I see. That's funny. Okay. Let's not go there then. Let's go to Brodgar instead. I'll teleport.
That being said, and close to me, there's a road to the community fair.
Right on. Okay, let's hop on over to your character then.
Or you could just warp to my base.
Where's your base then?
Warp. C. Not you. Loftar. What's my name again? Lothair. H, not C.
Hold on, fool. Get away from you, animal. There we go. So this is Lothar's base. I even have you memorized. I've been past here once.
I think we met in the community fair.
We met in the community fair, that's true.
So this is where I nub around.
Timass is open with its pyramid, says Dakan. We're definitely going to go have a look at Dakan's pyramid.
Right.
Because I want to see that. So we're going to go have a look at that. Dakan, please tell me what character you're on, so or what account you're on or whatever. Mopsy Pacey says, why horses can't swim in this game? Answer is because that would make boats really irrelevant. So
Indeed.
Don't do that. Kebermek says, don't go in there, lol. Some of our fighters are being retarded. I can be pretty retarded as well, so don't you worry about the retardity level. But that's fine. I'm not. We're gonna leave community fair to its fate. Yeah. Wow. So many things to talk about. Yeah. Loftar is a wee bit more organized, certainly. But I mean, this place is just a mess. It's just shit everywhere. Like, how can you find anything? Like, wow. Nice base, no mess. Suspense. I can't tell the difference. Like, it's just. Tell them about your base, Loftar. What's
well, I'm not sure there is this. It's still in a bit of a state of disrepair since I was robbed, and many of my containers decayed away and stuff.
But you had a pretty fair amount of gold there for a while. You were a rich
silver, actually. No, golden quells. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I found a guano pile nearby with lots and lots of guano, and there was actually a fair price at guano at the community fair at the time.
This is the guano baron right over here.
You betcha.
Fat cat, fat with his war profits from.
Then just a wee bit after that, the prices of guano precipitously dropped. I don't know if that was related, but
that's another thing. Speaking of guano is used for the grotesque idols, so I suppose that may have been why they were buying it.
Right.
I think it's the idols, I think it's the idols. I'm fairly sure.
Right.
We are probably going to add natural wonder features that can be claimed by kingdoms and used as kingdom authority objects.
Yes.
So that's probably going to be a thing as well. Will you ever buff rabbits breeding? They breed slower than cows in such low quality. So we probably should buff that,
Buff what?
Rabbit breeding.
Oh, I see.
Siege changes. Let's discuss that.
Okay.
What are we going to do about siege?
What is it that we're going to do again?
Remove shields.
Yes, remove shields to begin with.
Shields are going to go away.
Pretty much completely, I think.
Nothing of that mechanic is going to stay. Shields are going to go away.
In return, the drying times of catapults and battering rams are going to go back higher, more akin to what they were in Legacy.
Yep.
And also to preserve the, I think one of the better mechanics of the shields is that they give you a warning when you're under siege. And so in order to try and preserve that, the current plan is to introduce a new kind of siege vandalism crime, which is triggered when you either build a siege machine on someone's claim or roll a siege machine onto it, similar to trespassing, that is. And having done that on a claim will make the claim warn its owner for a time interval after that, similar to how the low shield warning works. I think that's really the core of the plan.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we were talking about siege ramparts. Not sure how relevant that idea actually is.
I don't really know. But I think I don't know. We'll see about the other ideas we have. But that is the core of the idea. We're going to remove shields and do what he said. We're going to basically return to something more akin to the legacy system, but with a relevant change in exactly how the crimes work and when you get warnings from having been the victim of such a crime.
Yeah.
That. So that's basically the core of the idea. And really, the thing that has bothered us most with
there was some other. I think there was some other idea, but perhaps that was just related to siege machines for needing redrying when they roll onto your claim. Right. Maybe that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Probably. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We're going to make a thread about this. There will be plenty of time to discuss this before we actually enter World 11. But the thing that has bothered us most is that all sieges that we've seen have been like, and to be fair, there's been some game to this. Like people have been there's been some game in terms of how you've manipulated the shields back and forth, but it's still, even if it's game, which is positive, it's still kind of retarded that a lot of the siege has played out in around how you deploy the shield and turn it off in order to enable vandalism, or turn the permission for vandalism on
and
off.
Keep spare P claims around just in order to be able to extend them over the walls to absorb some shield,
gain more shields and blah 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 blah. So that is going to go away. Got Some Pill says, is new trailer on YouTube yet? No, the new trailer is not on YouTube. We're going to put it on YouTube as soon as we're done with the stream. As we're also going to put the stream on YouTube as well. Thoughts on cooking indoors, or at least a hearth? Maybe add hearth tiles to
yeah, we discussed that.
You can actually make a little note of that. Hearth tiles to houses. Now would be an opportune time to do that, so could perhaps consider that. There's perhaps no real reason not to do it. Yeah, we're going to end the stream with trailers, for sure. Because who doesn't want to see the badass trailer that we spent 3 whole days making?
One might question the efficiency of making trailers and videos and stuff. When
I think it's funny. And also, to all of you, like, if there were a time to build the hype up and tell your friends and bring everyone now's the time. Like, I hope we can have a good rollout of World 11, and I hope we're going to have fun with World 11 and the World Start and everything. So, yeah, we're going to go nuts. Spread the word. It'll be great. And for that reason, I think making a trailer is significant, because you can have something you can share with your friends. Like, this is what we're doing. Frederick is like...
I'm sure that's
the case. Let's go look at Voodoo Dog says just joined. Hello, Voodoo Dog. He's a good old boy. When New World, February 1st. It's New World. Zented69 says, how will spawning work with continents? No real difference per se. Like, you're gonna start on a continent. Like,
quite simply.
You'll start somewhere, and if you want to start with your friends, you can build the beacons and stuff. And
no big difference.
No big difference really. Yort of Moss Turnip asks, what about fish breeding and ponds? no concrete plans for that, but it could be fun. It could be fun to breed fish, like building up the quality of them and whatever. You could have like a little building which represents.
Yeah, perhaps. I just kind of hate how breeding these things just eliminates the need to catch them wild ever again.
That is true. That is true. But maybe you can breed all fishes in ponds.
Perhaps. But that just removes the need for any low quality fish instead.
I suppose. But arguably there should be. We've been discussing that before. There should be some way for fish to keep up with
Sure.
the general quality of it. So I don't know. Maybe if that's an answer. Will there be actual continents and not just spaghetti land? I suppose that's a matter of definition.
Well, I mean,
there will be. I don't know what the distinction there between spaghetti land and continents is. Could you post some World Gen samples so we can get an idea of what the world would look like?
We consider that.
Yeah.
But we thought it would be more fun to let you explore the world.
Exactly. So we truly did consider that idea that we were going to show you some screenshots of the stuff that the map generator produces, and I'm very open to doing this like a couple of months into the world. Like maybe 3 months after the world has been released or whatever, we could do a stream where we show you some examples of what the map generator could produce.
Oh, well, I mean, perhaps, but at that point it's also kind of pointless.
No, it's not at all pointless. It's relevant for future purposes. Like if you can see what the map generator does, that could be relevant. But we want to give you the opportunity to actually explore the new world. Yeah, quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
Something else here. Any way I could give my horses a ride on a Knar? That would probably be more relevant for oceans. So I hadn't actually considered that. So Berthedin99 says, did you think about releasing it on Steam? We've gone back and forth on that. Thought about it.
I think this subject has been debated to death already.
Yeah, we don't really care about Steam. We have our own distribution platform. Steam would only be useful for the marketing value of being on Steam, and that depends on how much that would cost, and constrict us in terms of having to deal with Steam and the Steam experience, and making sure everyone accessing the game through Steam has an expected experience and all that jazz. So I'm not really that tempted, truth be told. Also, Steam is a proprietary platform, and I'm not sure Steam is going to be around in like 5 years, or I'm sure it's going to be around. Of course, it's going to be around, but my impression is that there are other platforms coming, and I'm not sure how relevant Steam will be in the future. So I'm not in any rush to go to Steam.
I don't think any of us actually uses Steam either.
I use Steam. I use Steam just I played Master of Orion 2, and I actually bought it. So.
I see.
So I used it. Yeah, and I mean Steam takes 30% of our money, so that's not irrelevant.
We're also not sure how that relates to us having our own store and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't really looked into it that much.
So you skipped going to the community fair?
There's just madness there. There was only madness at the community fair. They are going crazy there. So Dakan sent me a PM a while back.
But you could have Dakan everyone.
That's true. I may hop over to the community fair. Dakan sent me a PM a while back, informing me that he has been building away at this pyramid since the start of the world. Was that right, Dakan? Is this as high a pyramid as you can build? And this is some pretty impressive work here. This is a pretty big pyramid.
This is a pretty big pyramid. I don't think it's the highest you can build for sure, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, this is a pretty badass pyramid. There's a fair amount of work that has gone into this pyramid for sure, and I'm fairly impressed. And he requested that the Altar of Doom be placed atop this pyramid, and I shall grant this request. However, I shall not grant it right now.
And I also don't think we're going to place the actual Altar of Doom on it, because that would actually imply the world possibly ending before we want it to end.
Exactly. So I'm not going to do it now, point being, but if we do place one, I will place it here.
Well, I mean, you could make the temple.
Yeah, exactly. What is the resource name? Could you look that up for me? We're going to make a temporary Altar of Doom that will not be functional. But We may replace that with a functional Altar of Doom.
Doom Dolmen.
Doom Dolmen. Intus Victus. Bigus Dickus. There we go. Is that good? What do you think about that placement, sir?
Could you CH temp it perhaps?
Yeah.
Not sure what the layers are though, but try 0F.
0F.
Yes.
Yeah, that way?
Yeah.
Or small f, big F?
I don't think it matters.
Boom, there we go. It's full retard now. For sure. That's pretty cool. Center it. Not even centered, sorry. What do you mean?
Isn't it?
I thought it was pretty centered, right?
No, indeed it wasn't.
So that's more centered?
No, it seems to be. You seem to have to place it on the middle of a tile. You can, to make that easier for yourself, you can do call and place grid 2.
Place grid 2.
Yep. And replace it. Reinitiate the movement. And hold down control.
And I want to place it here or
one step further in that direction.
There.
Yes.
That is centered. That is pretty centered, yeah. Symmetry is difficult with spiral structural. Well, I thought this was a pretty badass pyramid, so I think you certainly deserved having the Altar of Doom placed atop of Timeass. Was that the name of the big jet black ass pyramid full of animals and all kinds of nonsense? And yeah, this is. How long did this take you to build, Dakan? How much time have you been spending on this? This is a lot of clicks that have gone into this, man. And the Pharaoh of Doom himself is dancing away. Are those troll eyes on your cape? That's pretty cool. That's pretty badass. So yeah, we're only a few months solo with no alts. Jesus, man, that's impressive. Gunterman says, time to build my own pyramid for World 11. Yeah, the gauntlet has been thrown now for sure. Canagrim says, man, I traded so many materials to him for his pyramid. Yeah, paid off for him. Big time. You were the loser in that trade. For sure. But yeah, we're 10-ish minutes away from the end of the stream when we're going to go post on the forums and on YouTube and on all kinds of places. This has been a lot of fun. If you have any, further questions, feel free to shoot them now. Have you changed taming so it isn't a 50% chance to get either gender? No, we have not.
Why would we do that?
Why would we do that?
What would even be the alternative?
No, you're just being deceived by randomness. No. Visit CF. Sure, we can visit CF. Can I?
Go back to my base and take the road if you don't know where it is.
Okay. Where's the road, sir?
It is in the southeast direction. Go on.
Further.
Go on. Go on. Go on. And more south. Oh, no, right.
More south? Down
More
here?
south. More south. Let me point it out on the map. I think it's somewhere around here.
Okay, let's go in that direction then.
Further. I think it's at the south end of this deep. No, that's the south end of that heath.
So down
Like there.
over here somewhere. There.
I think one of these roads is to the community fair. Not that one.
Way.
I think it's on the.
Still here and may have decayed.
I think it's on the south end here.
There's a thing here. Maybe this one. Community fair.
Yes.
Cangrim says, an open question. How do you feel in keywords about the future of Haven
What
Hearth?
is this? Oh, has someone built an entire base?
A cuck base in the middle of fucking.
Oh well.
So what do I do now? Move past
Not
it?
sure, honestly.
Can't I just warp to Cabermix?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name. I can look it up, I guess. you find it?
I worked. Yeah, I worked to Kiebremik. So
Oh, I see.
we're at the community fair now. Hey boys. Hello. What's up? Chilling like a villain. Water supply. Water pumps. Ooh, god damn it. Oh, jeez, man. Why'd you have to do that? Okay, so there's a bunch of retards here. Nice. IP of Kiebremik shown. Oh, sorry about that.
Did you?
Crown. I used the location.
Oh, I see. Why did you do that?
Sorry about that, Kiebremik. I hope it doesn't matter too much.
I don't really know why people are afraid of showing their IP addresses, to be honest.
Private violation of their privacy. So, anyways, community fair is really impressive, guys. I'm really done a lot of good things here. Where were we? Discord sells your info, shows IP of players. It's Jorb for you. Were there any more questions before we? Will you be adding a larger ship for the inevitable larger voyages? Hopefully, probably, not. The problem is right now that the Knar is the biggest we can make them, right?
Pretty much. I mean, why? What is the reason why you feel a need for a bigger ship? Is it just to load more cargo?
What is the?
Or is it that you imagine it to be faster?
Yeah.
I mean, under any circumstances, I think we are going to evaluate the effects of the Knar on the open seas to begin with.
Yeah. What is your hardware? You are currently running Haven client with no freezes. I don't even remember, man. I couldn't tell you. It's a fairly old, like going on like what is it, 3-4 year old computer.
I'm pretty sure your CPU is one of those 6-core Haswell processors.
It was good when I bought it. I think a reason for bigger ships is aesthetics, landscaping, and water canals. That's not really relevant for the world reset per se. Jesus Loftar still asks. Ooh, fooled you there, sir. Will there be any more streams prior to World 11?
I don't imagine so.
No,
We're going to spend that time working instead of
we're gonna
doing irrelevant stuff like this.
Precis. Harsh truths being delivered right here on stream. Will there be any more stream now? Landscaping, bigger ship. Ideal with the larger ship, you could actually walk on in. That's something we want to add, but it's a bigger thing. Can you technically make interior zones similar to houses?
Actually, speaking about ships again.
Oh right. Yeah, we can technically make that, I'm sure.
But then you wouldn't know where you're steering.
But you could go down below deck and have a look, and then come back up again.
Rather the opposite, I think. You would go up above deck to have a look. But the point being that would mean walking on above deck would be a different thing than making interior spaces like houses.
Yeah, sure. Did you consider adding diseases and epidemics as a way to balance the world globally? Sure. We've considered that, but I'm not sure if there's...
What would that actually mean? I mean, what is the global balance that is...
It would be fun if people could catch the flu from interacting with other Hearthlings, for example.
I think it is debatable whether that would actually be fun, but sure.
Is it really? No, I think that would be fun straight up.
Okay.
No, that would be a lot of fun.
Perhaps.
Like epidemics and stuff, that would be fun.
Perhaps. Perhaps that would be a way to balance. Perhaps that would actually be a way to balance places like Community Fair versus Moss Turnip.
Yeah, arguably. More disease and more AIDS and cancer in the big cities, much like in real life. Don't leave before you tell us about what new birds you will add for World 11. I'm afraid it's only going to be the seagulls. So. Or who knows? Maybe. The global economy is too homogenous. I tend to agree with that. I wish I could mix it up more. I agree that it's kind of retarded that there's only this one place where everyone goes to trade. I'm not really sure what to do about it because I also like that there is a centralized place where you can go and have events and stuff. So I'm really torn on that. I think there are arguments in all directions on that point. So, but I agree that it would be fun if there were more room for.
I mean, that being said, arguably travel awareness and roads would make some kind
yeah.
of.
Travel awareness.
And also, I don't think we mentioned this, but one of the ambitions with Oceans would be to prevent charter stones working over open seas.
Yeah. So that yeah, that's harsh, man. Yeah. So a lot of people. We had more than 200 people on. That was a lot of fun to see. I suppose everyone were correctly anticipating and expecting the world reset here. We're coming up on like 2 hours pretty soon here, so we're gonna close this down pretty soon. If you have further questions, feel free to shoot away. We're gonna try to answer. Growlag Morrison says, before we are out of time, just wanted to thank you for everything you do for the game and for us. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for playing. Thank you for caring and all that stuff. Spread the word about 9/11. It was an inside job. Bush did 9/11, and spread the word. You heard it here.
Also, while you're at it, spread the word about World 11.
While you're talking about 9/11, feel free to put in an honorable mention about World 11, and mention that. And yeah, we're gonna put the trailer up on YouTube, and we're gonna put links and all that jazz, and make a forum announcement and everything. So yeah, this was next month's fun budget. Most definitely has a 365-day sub. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Disco Spaceman. For all you subs out there, we're gonna treat you right. We're gonna do you good. Don't you worry about your precious subscription times. We're gonna do you good. At least attempt to. So yeah. Thanks a lot for the stream, guys. This has been a lot of fun. At least I had fun. I hope you had fun as well.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. He's humble as always. And
we don't have fun around here.
No fun allowed. Yeah, a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to World 11. It's really high time. Very much due. So and it's going to be a lot of fun. We have 2 good weeks of development that we're going to get in, and yeah, we're going to try to, as best as we can, hit it out of the park, hopefully, and really make it a fun new world, fun start, new start for the game, all that stuff, and yeah, I hope the changes that we mentioned didn't seem too retarded to you. I hope we can have some good exchanges over the coming weeks on the forums and stuff, in terms of where we're gonna go and all that stuff, and maybe there will be some end of the world stuff happening to the world, to the extent I have time to.
Should we do something like remove shields right now?
No, we'll hold off. Maybe we will do that later. So things may happen in the world as we sunset it, but yeah, wow. This was a lot of fun. A lot of people saying nice things here. Thank you so much, guys, for caring and for watching the stream and everything. Let's round out with the trailer, unless you have something else to say.
I have nothing to add.
All right. Yeah, you guys stay gangsta and enjoy the smoldering ruins of World 10. And looking forward to all of you, meeting all of you in World 11. So we'll do the trailer right here.